Arthur, I won't lie to you, dog. That was mad underwhelming. Thank you to our final patrons, Strawbones, Redwolf4765, Midnight Gemlord, and Artgoon555. Before we hop into this discussion on Arthur's lackluster performance, please leave your own thoughts on Arthur's performance in the comments section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, you hit that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below. You can support for as little as count them $1 a month. Get these exclusive videos, early content, and more. Now, let's hop into the discussion. What's up, guys? Look at the pencil here, and I ain't gonna lie to you. The King of Chaos, the creator of the verse, the supposed strongest character of the original series, from what we know, he kind of booty, dog. And like, legitimately, I understand. Me personally, I also think he was not using his full power. He didn't have Excalibur. Something was up. You could tell by Ironside's dialogue. Like, something was a bit sussy about that Baka. But still, I don't know. Like, if you were to ask me, based off his introduction, him literally forming a stairway from the heavens to enter Leonis and style on people, I thought I was going to see some bodies at the floor. Like, legitimately, Melagallon did more damage to Leonis than Arthur did. And to be fair, I 100% get that this may all be part of his act, his plan, his performance, to get more people to come to Camelot, specifically the humans, because that's his main goal. He wants human life to join him in Camelot. But still, regardless of that, I don't know. Like, the fact that no one got pieced up, like, Percy got smacked, Gawain got smacked, Gawain got smacked beforehand. And to be fair, she didn't necessarily get smacked, she just ran out of magic. But Tristan got smacked, I get that. But in terms of, like, if you were to ask me what I thought Arthur's introduction would be, I thought he was at least catching one body. And, like, a decently major body. Like, it didn't have to be like Meliodas, as much as I would have liked that. It didn't have to be any of the four knights, because it just wouldn't make sense for the series. It didn't have to be any of the Sins, I guess, because, like, they weren't here. It didn't even have to be Elizabeth, because, you know, I guess she's up in the castle not doing anything right now, so it'd be like that sometimes. But, like, at least, like, you had multiple side characters you could have sacked, like Dreyfus, Hendrickson. They were aligned with the other races. Slaughter them. Like, do something. I don't know. Arthur kind of just came in, waved Carwin on about, got bodied by Lance, and left. I don't know. Like, because I feel like I need to preface this entire video with the fact that it is 100% possible that Arthur has ulterior motives. Like, it could be 100% viable that this could not be the real Arthur. Like, there's so many things that could hypothetically be reasons for why it felt so weak and ran. I don't know. Like, so another thing I need to preface this is I understand Arthur may not be the final villain. I don't get why Nakaba would do that. Like, admittedly, I didn't get the end of Seven Deadly Sins either, because, like, Kath, he felt like, I'll admit, the end of Seven Deadly Sins felt like the end for a series that we didn't read. Like, the Demon King was a much more fitting end, and I suppose you could say the Supreme Deity is the end of Seven Deadly Sins. But then again, we have the new Tristan movie coming out, so I don't know. But regardless of that, we have this weird thing where, at least under my assumption, my belief, my understanding of the narrative weight and presumptions done so far, Arthur is our final villain. He is our big bad. He is the guy who will be guying until he no longer can guy, because we rip chaos out of him and then put him 6 feet under. Like, legitimately, that's who I think the villain is. And I don't know. After such a lackluster performance, after he was sitting up, and, like, we've been building for Arthur for a while now. Like, even just in this series alone, like, forget building Arthur from how long we had to wait for this series to come out and the previous series, knowing he would be a big bad. In this series, bro's been posted up, vibing, chilling, literally, I was about to say licking the insides out of it, but kind of literally tearing out the insides of his own subordinates, manipulating people, showing that he has separate realms at his book. Like, if you were to ask me, the first appearance of the literal creator of the verse that happens to be the final villain, it has to hit hard. Like legitimately, someone's got to go. Or at least be severely injured, something like that. But no, Arthur came in and he was like, I'm strong, right? And everyone was like, yeah, at first, when he fought Tristan. But then Mel didn't even do anything to take him really seriously. He still sees him as a victim, someone who needs to be saved, and thusly didn't even whip out assault mode. Only whipped out demon mark against them when he was like, "Oh, my son's in danger. Let me go save him." Without demon mark, threw a little weak, tiny trillion dark. Maybe like that wasn't really a trillion dark. That was like a 10 dark on him, and then didn't even attack him anymore. Then Lancelot started casually bullying the man, smacking him up, down, left, right, up, and center, forcing him to whip out the chaos eyes, tearing out his teeth, just styling on the boy and not doing anything. Like, Arthur kind of just got bullied. And, like, I understand there is 100% chance that he can come back later and redeem himself. But, like, right now, as a first impression, like, how do I compare this? Would you like it? Then again, I think about it, but I don't know. It feels different, right? Because really, I'm thinking of so many different things at once, but I don't want to spoil other series. What's a long-running series? Imagine if, spoilers for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but imagine if the final villain of that series, I won't even spoil it, showed up, like, how long is the series? It's like 100-something chapters. So imagine the final villain of the series showed up 20 chapters in, got beat up by one of our deuteragonists, and then left. Could you take him seriously? I don't think so. I don't think I could. Imagine if at the start of the Frieza arc, Frieza himself showed up against Krillin, Goku, but Krillin, Gohan, and Bulma. And then as Krillin is there shaking in his boots, Gohan beats the life out of Frieza and causes him to retreat. Sure, you would still have the rest of the Namek arc, where Frieza is a great, powerful threat, but it'd all be devalued. There's a little bit of less sauce behind it. Because, this is, no matter what, this is what our buildup has been leading to. The reveal of Arthur showing up in front of our main characters. That's it. This is what we've been building to. You can't have a first meeting again. This first impression matters greatly. And I'm not going to say that Arthur's entrance was the sauciest thing that ever saw us. I 100% believe it was. But with it being the sauciest thing that ever saw us, his secondary stuff, like interacting with our cast, also needs to have that extra level of sauce, that extra level of definition that leaves him as a hard-hitting, long-lasting villain. If you were to ask me, the final boss showing up in the early levels of the game should mean, at least a temporary game over, or a restart or something like that. But it doesn't feel like that. Sure, we have seen, as we've seen in Chapter 81, there are ramifications, repercussions. There are things that have happened in our character's consciousness because of Arthur appearing. And some characters do feel physically inadequate. But at least on a reading level, looking at Arthur as an antagonist, it's going to be pretty darn hard, if not impossible, for me to take him seriously, knowing bro got put on his back by a base knight. A 16-year-old. When he's wielding the power of the verse. Sure, does this mean that there's interest behind that 16-year-old? Am I intrigued to see how Lance got so powerful? What happened in the world beyond? Yes. Am I excited to see everyone else catch up to him? Yes. Am I excited that Meliodas is still relevant? Yes. Am I excited for all the good stuff it did for other characters? Yeah. But for our antagonist, for the main person we are uniting against, it makes him feel weak. It makes him feel underwhelming. It makes him feel less saucy than I feel like he should be. For the King of Camelot, that guy extraordinaire, and Arthur Pendragon. I don't know. It just feels like Nakaba, he let it go too early, right? I think the fact that we're left to speculate on the fact of why Arthur looks at this fodder is not good. For our final antagonist, or I'm saying it again, what is assumed to be our final antagonist, at least our emotional final antagonist, in Arthur, a little underwhelming. A little underwhelming of a performance for the first run. You can't get stomped on the moment you appear. I don't care if you were at a millionth percent of your power. All I know is every single time Lance sees you from this point on, he's going to be like, hey, remember those teeth you had to grow back? Hey. By the time I had a foot on your chest, legitimately, for Arthur to have really swung back with full velocity, for me to allow the disrespect to slide, he had to put his foot through Lance. And I don't mean on Lance, I mean through Lance. Straight put a hand through, do something. Do something so it sounds bad. So do something so egregiously violent that we all have to go whoa. that can't even be thumbnail material because that would get me banned. like legitimately something like that. Because without that, all I get is Lance is him and Arthur isn't. All I get is for the creator of the verse, you kind of fought her. For our final antagonist, you sure got stomped on at 80 chapters in. Like, I don't know. And the thing that makes it worse is, like, Arthur really got scared when Lance flexed his full power. Like, bro had the chaos eyes up and everything. Like, the dark chaos eyes, the deep chaos eyes, the full black sclera. And Lance literally switched hands and was like, time to flex. And Arthur actually got scared. Like, it would have been one thing if he just stood there with a smile on his face and was like, oh, so you finally become a threat. But no, he literally was like, ugh, Daddy Lance, it's too girthy, put it away. And then Lance will be like, so is your arm. Please put that away. But still, it just makes me feel a little bit disappointed in Arthur. I'm probably alone on this. I've seen it in the comment section. I may be alone on this, but I just want to talk about it, right? And I want to give my reasons why. It's just like he lost too easily for someone who's supposed to be him. Like, literally every other fighter we've seen in this series put up a better fight than him. Melegal, like, the fact that I have to say Melegal and Talisker did more damage to people's emotions, and not more emotional damage, but at least more physical damage to people than Arthur did. Kind of sad. However, that's what I think. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure the little notification will miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as count them, $1 a month. You can see exclusive videos, early content, and more. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Nag on the Pencil, writing off.